On March 6, Hamas warned that if Israel escalates military actions in Gaza, it could put the lives of hostages in danger. A Hamas spokesperson said that Israel's threats and blockades would not lead to the hostages being freed, and they are ready for any outcome, including a return to fighting. Hamas leader Abu Obaida stated that they still have proof that the hostages are alive, but if Israel continues to attack, it could result in harm to some of the hostages, just as has happened in the past. Meanwhile, U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, defended the Trump administration's engagement with Hamas. He clarified that U.S. hostage envoy Adam Bowler had held talks with Hamas in recent days, not weeks ago, as previously reported. Witkoff explained, "I have not met with Hamas, but my understanding is that any discussions with Hamas have been recent. Not 3 weeks as has been reported, but a couple of days, and that's well within the ambit of the special envoy." Witkoff made it clear that the Trump administration would not accept the mistreatment of hostages by Hamas. He described the terrible conditions the hostages have been in, asking who would keep deceased people or chain people up, and who would hurt others in front of other hostages. He said such actions were unacceptable and would not be allowed by President Trump. Although the next steps are unclear, Witkoff warned that action would be taken, possibly in cooperation with Israel. However, he seemed to retract the idea that the U.S. would join Israel in military action, explaining that any action would be led by Israel, with the U.S. providing support. Witkoff also spoke about the issue of hostages, stressing that the Trump administration's main focus was on the release of American-Israeli hostage Edan Alexander. He said that Edan Alexander was very important, especially because he is American and injured, making him a top priority for the administration. Witkoff mentioned that the U.S. is looking at Egypt's Arab plan for Gaza's post-war governance. However, the White House National Security Council had earlier raised concerns that the plan did not consider Gaza's current uninhabitable conditions. Witkoff described the plan as a good faith first step, but added that more discussions were needed. Later, the U.S. State Department stated that Egypt's plan did not meet President Trump's expectations.